Pow, welcome back to my channel, Dan Who Reviews. My name is Dan W, and today we're going to be reviewing the Marvel Legends Sandman Build-A-Figure Wave Black Suited Spider-Man. Now, I'm sure you all know who Spider-Man is, so I'm going to do my best to try and explain to you why is he wearing a black suit. So here he is, fresh in the box, the black suited Spider-Man, aka Symbiote Spider-Man. He comes with those two interchangeable hands and then two interchangeable parts for the Sandman Build-A-Figure. Some nice side art on the side as always, and then on the back we get a picture of the figure, a little read-up, plus a list of all the figures in this wave, and we need to complete the Sandman Build-A-Figure. Today we're reviewing the black suited Spider-Man. Some more side art, there he is again at the front, so let's open this guy up and see what we got inside. So here he is, fresh out the box, looking very nice against that white background. As mentioned, he comes with these two interchangeable hands, plus these two interchangeable weapon accessories for the Sandman Build-A-Figure. Now stay tuned for that review because it is coming up next, and I'm also going to mention the competition winner, but I'll mention that again at the end of the video. Back to these hands, we only get the classic web crawling hands and not necessarily the web swinging hands, because on the Symbiote Spider-Man, the webs come out from those white patches on the front of his hands. So this is definitely the Symbiote Spider-Man. People have been complaining that these joints are a bit loose and they're snapping. Mine seem to be okay. I'd rather get a figure and the joints be tight because it is easier to loosen them up than get figures where the joints are loose because it's harder to tighten them up, if that makes sense. But overall, it's not bad. Closer look at the paint here, and the paint, considering it's white on black, it does look really clean, to be fair. I've got a tiny few dots of black, but you can't really tell, and I can live with that. Other than that, the lines are clean. Those eyes are a lot bigger and wider as well, but other than that, the rest of the figure is just painted all black, but it's what it's meant to do. It is how it looks in the comic, and that's what people have been wanting. There's been so many customs of this, and now we actually have one. On the back, again, the spider is nice and clean. We get that peg hole bit unnecessary, but we can live with that. Here he is web crawling, and I've got a few bits of white on the side, but I can live with that. But anyway, why is he wearing a black suit? Now this is the part of the video where we ask the question, who is he? Now spoiler alert, Spider-Man is actually Peter Parker. I know, shocking, but let me explain to you how he got his black suit. This infamous black suit is actually the Symbiote costume. Now it was first seen by fans in Amazing Spider-Man 252, but chronologically he actually got his suit in Secret Wars number 8 in 1984. Now during these events, Spider-Man's costume gets damaged, and I think this is the moment where Thor points out to him some machinery that can replicate any type of fabric. All you have to do is think about it. So Spider-Man goes to the machine, starts thinking, and produces his black fear, and it soon engulfs him in this brand new black suit, even though Spider-Man claims that wasn't what he was thinking about. So long story short, this black suit actually turns out to be the Symbiote, and it's a life form that wants to permanently bond with Peter, and it can mimic all of his Spider-Man abilities. So back on Earth, again skipping over lots of stuff, the black suit eventually starts to have a negative impact on Peter's life. Seeking help, Peter goes to Reed Richards of the Fantastic Four, and they use sonic waves to remove the Symbiote from Peter's body. On a funny side note, without a costume to get home in, Johnny Storm gives him an old Fantastic Four costume and a paper bag to put over his head, which leaves him with this bombastic bagman look that you might be aware of. Back to the Symbiote, it escapes and finds its way back to Peter Parker. It hides in his closet as a normal Spider-Man costume and then successfully reattaches to Peter. Panicked, he swings to a nearby church and rings the bells to try and replicate the sonic waves that Reed Richards originally used. The Symbiote detaches from Peter and then, skipping over some stuff, saddened by Peter's rejection, finds its way to Eddie Brock, forming, you guessed it, Venom. I just wanted to mention real quick as well that Spider-Man has worn black suits in the comics that weren't the Symbiote, including one made for him by the Black Cat because she said it made him look more sexy. You decide. So I hope that helped explain why he's wearing a black suit. Again, I do not claim to be an expert, but it is nice to have a bit of information on the characters that these figures are inspired by. Now here he is compared to the Pizza Spider-Man, same mold, so they're the same height. As mentioned previously, we didn't get these web swinging hands. I've sort of explained why the Symbiote doesn't need them, but if you do want him to look like a powered down black suit, you could paint those black and pop them on the figure and they should fit, not a problem. Here he is compared to the classic Eddie Brock Venom. I do really like that Venom figure. I love that face and that green tongue. And here he is just for fun compared to the Carnage. I really like those tentacles coming off the Carnage. If we had them in black, they would have been a great addition to either the Venom or the black suited Spider-Man. And here he is compared to the rest of the wave. So we got Spider-Man UK, Miss Marvel, Green Goblin, the Jackal, Shocker, and Spider-Man 2099. If you're a fan of Spider-Man, especially the more updated versions of these characters, then you'll really like this wave. I will do a video ranking these from my favourite to least favourite once I've reviewed the Sandman Build-A-Figure. Stay tuned for that. So overall, it's great to have this figure in our collection. The classic black suited Spider-Man is very infamous in the comics and in the cartoons and even in the films. So yeah, great to have this in our collection. I'm a fan of it and it will stay in mine. So stay tuned for the Sandman Build-A-Figure review, where I'm going to mention my winner of my first competition as well. Still time to enter that. If you just go to find the competition video and leave a comment, you'll be entered into it. But yeah, my name's been Dan W. Please subscribe and let me know how I'm getting on with these reviews in the comments below. I am reading the comments and I will adjust for the next wave, hopefully Guardians of the Galaxy if I get it in time. But yeah, my name's been Dan W. See you on the next one, pal.